Good morning, guys. Oh man, there's a lot of didn't you do this, didn't you do that questions. Well, apparently I didn't. If I'm in it, apparently I didn't sell it. If I'm not in it, apparently I did sell it. Am I still my plug short? No. Did I have my Nocco yet? No. I'm grumpy, I have a headache. I was gaming before this, and I'd rather continue gaming than sit here and trade. I'm bored. I want the markets to close for a week. I hate David. Reno hates him too, yeah. No, my mic was on mute. All right, let's go through some positions here. Mara short, was it third size or half size, working really well. I'm so pissed I didn't get full filled on all of my shares. Riot, I also shorted this thing like when it ran into the let's look at that. When it had this mid-late day push and it started kind of like fading off of this tight consolidation, that was the short. I thought it was good risk reward, it closed weak, so I kept it overnight, and yeah, I covered a bunch of it pre-market. Now GBTC is gapping below my stop. It did close below the 20-day, but it also closed well below, well above the lows of the day. So I decided to hold it, and now it's gapping down below the day. So yeah, we'll see. I haven't decided. It's a tiny position. I'm out all like. It's like 20-25% position, so we'll see. I'm not gonna watch it out of the gate. Airbnb so far looks like it's holding the 10-day. Department stores pulling back. Yeah, everything else is looking fine. Beely closed really weak, and this one I'm in third size only, or yeah, third size. But if it loses the 20 EMA, this thing could finally have a decent pullback, I'm thinking. TAN looks like it may stop me out today. Pinterest I bought yesterday, it's like had a little bit of a breakout. It's just been surfing this moving average is really nice. It had like a bit of a pocket pivot, as it's called, like inside range breakout. T-Dog. Yeah, everything else looks great. Netflix had some really good follow through, and it actually had more volume than I thought it would have. I thought it was gonna have like 25 million or something. It had over 30 million in volume. So yeah, that's an EP for you. That's what an EP is supposed to do. It's just supposed to go right away. Really nice. BLDP is holding up really well. The plug is not. Yeah, unfortunately I got shaken out of plug. It just showed strength one too many times. WPRT, EP candidate, but this thing is a 4-bagger in 2 months. Like what are you looking on this thing? Like squeezing? Do you want to squeeze water out of a rock? Like, you know, even if it had really good news, it's already up like 350% in 2 months. Yeah, I may be extra grumpy today because I have a really bad headache. Alright guys, good luck. Remember, don't forget the chat rules. Yeah, I'm drinking Nocco, so yeah, I'm covered on that front. I'm covered on the liquid front. Okay, okay, let's keep to the topic now. So plug is right now right on a 10-day. I really hope it bounces here. I really do hope it bounces here. Fubo is still surfing the 50-day. Is it a good setup? I don't know. I don't. I think it may need more time. I'm not sure about Fubo. Oh Jesus, I'm missing things here. All right, GBTC. I have no justification of holding it anymore. Nothing. It's just I'm just selling that last partial. It's way below my stop area. Yeah, I see a lot of things are fading right now. A lot of things. A lot of stuff. A Riot has an incredible downside potential here. There's no stop. There's like no support until the 50 day. Same thing on Mara. Yeah, laser is really, really strong. Come on, plug, bounce. Please, plug, please. Okay, Bitcoin is really free falling now. Lost the 20 day, and yeah, next up is gonna be the 50 day, I think. Oh, come on, plug. Plug, please bounce a little bit. Oh. there, BNB. Looks like it wants to stop me out soon. Well, I'm cautious about the market too. That's why I'm getting trying to get some shorts or like more shorts on. But I'd rather do like ETFs. First I want a bounce. I need a bounce. That's what I need. But you know, there's a difference being cautious and bearish. Like, I think, you know, we've had a big run, and usually, you know, like the best times to buy things are, you know, after pullbacks. Like, for example, early November, that was an epic time to buy stocks. And right now we're in a multi-month run in the markets, especially like small caps have had a big run. And a little bit of pullback isn't a crazy thing. Yeah, ETH is in the gutter. So, okay, so Plug is holding some support, but so I did a starter short here on this bounce, and if it weakens later in the day, if it starts building lower highs, takes out the range to the downside, this thing could very easily fade back to the 20 and maybe even the 50 day. So, you know, look, like Plug, you know, if the market weakens, like this thing could very easily pull back another 20-30% from here, even though it's already off the highs. So that's something I'm gonna keep an eye on. How do I call what do I call what VBIV is doing? It's not doing anything. It gapped up, now it's a little bit, now it's fading. There's nothing here. There's nothing. It's not doing anything special. It's trading. That's what it's called. It's called trading. The stock is trading. And Tesla, even though it isn't a big flag, but it's right on the 10-day. Like, if Tesla loses the 10-day here, it's not really a good thing. It's not really a good thing if Tesla loses the 10-day. It's hard to tell. As long as Tesla is holding up, I think the market is gonna be fine. But if Tesla breaks, I think the market is gonna be in trouble. I think Tesla is the leading indicator for like speculation money and stuff like that in this market cycle. Right now it looks fine, but I'm just saying. It's all about waiting for those good setups. That's what it's all about. And on the long side, I just don't see much. I do see some potential things on the short side, though. You know, things, you know, stuff like Plug, and no, Riot and Mara are already pulling back. I'm short those, but you know, stuff like Plug, you know, Plug could look like this, you know, later today. potentially. It's probably gonna stop me out, but you know, just all about finding those risk-reward scenarios. Those good risk-reward scenarios. What the hell is this? Wait. Am I reading this PR right on BBIG? MoviePass innovators unite to create digital media disruption. I'm sorry, but why is this thing up 300%? Shouldn't it be down like 300%? MoviePass, really? That was the dumbest business idea ever. Okay, sure, why not? Fang setup? I don't see a setup here. He had a good setup here, but you know the oil gas names they're gone. They had setups 2 weeks ago. They all broke out 2 weeks ago. I don't think there are any setups in the oil gas land. Maybe some random here and there, but it just the trade is, you know, the whole complex broke out 2 weeks ago. LXRX, nah, yeah, I don't know. It's just a random. It had a good setup down here though, and it broke out, but it's already in the stratosphere. It's already in the stratosphere. Laser. How many stars? I don't know. Preferably it tightens up a little bit. I don't really see a setup here. It's too loose and wide. It's too random. It looks too random to me. Yes, it is strong. And I was long this thing like last week, I think. But then it had, you know, tightness before. The day before. But now it's, yeah, it's too wide for me. Alright, looks like Mara is taking out highs of the day, alright, and Riot is also maybe strengthening. PAVM, it's, yeah, okay, yeah, you need to review the instructions on the screen. You need to watch the 4-hour YouTube video about breakouts. That does not look like a remotely good setup. You're missing key factors of the setup. You need to review that video. Exactly. It has no pre-existing trend. This thing has been going sideways for a year. There's no trend here. That's the problem with it. Yeah, for a breakout setup, there needs to be a pre-existing trend. Is Tesla a setup? Yeah, you bet there is a setup, but I don't know if it's gonna be a long or short. It's getting really tight. I hope it breaks to the upside, but Yeah, we'll see. Chumia is pulling back. Gosh. Oh, now Beely's fading. Okay, nice. I have almost full size on this thing now. I added some opening range lows. Yeah, this is another one. It could very easily pull back to the 20, maybe even the 50. Maybe even the 50. TTD. Yeah, it had a potential setup yesterday. Not my type of setup, but it is a setup. It pulled back, built a range. You know, it's a stock with a big pre-existing trend. Pulled back, built a range, got tight, and then broke out of this range. Again, not my type of setup, but it is a type of setup. It's one of many ways you can, you know, trade momentum stocks. Yeah, BNTX looks like it's gearing for another move. It's actually a pretty good setup. I bought it here. It was an alternative type of setup, like a bounce of a key moving average. But yeah, this is actually a pretty decent looking flag. I'm not gonna add to it since I'm already like, let's see, it's, well, I could add to it, but I'm not going to. I'm probably not gonna do. QEP, yeah, but again, it had a great setup 2 weeks ago. That's where all of these things broke out. All these oil gas names. I really hope this EH goes to like 90 or 100 in the next few sessions. This could be an epic short. Right now, I don't see anything here. But it looks like, yeah, I hope it goes higher. I really hope it does. Cause? Well, yeah, only if it breaks out with volume. This thing, the volume has died off. It's a microcap stock. These things don't have usually any institutional buying, like institutional support. Uh, you know, they need some pump or PR to get going. Usually. Chinog, someone asked me about Chinog. No, it's not a good setup. And Veru, no, it's not a good setup. These things are not good setups. QTT. QTT, it's absolutely not a good short setup. one, it's a micro cap stock. Okay, yeah, it's up a little bit over 100% from this move. I see what you see, but this is a horrible setup. I'm gonna explain why. This is a horrible parabolic setup. Now, if this thing was a $150 large cap or mega cap stock that went to 350, right? Now that would have been an extremely good short candidate, but this is a micro cap stock. Okay, this thing could literally go to $7 today. Okay, like the pattern itself is correct, but you have to put it in context. Like 120% move for a micro cap stock, it's like a 5% move for a large cap stock. It's nothing. Like, you know, these types of micro, but wait until they're up like 500% or something, 300, right? You know, this is, you know, let it do its thing today, and then watch it for tomorrow. Like it's a, you know, this thing is this thing could easily go up another couple of bucks today, and it wouldn't even be an effort. It's not a good. Like micro caps, you kind of need bigger percentage moves. 120% move for a micro cap. It's not a parabolic. No. You have no edge shorting a micro cap that's up 120% in like a couple of weeks. You need a big edge, and the big edge comes when you get these outlier moves where all the amateur shorts are getting squeezed out, if there are any shorts in it. Yeah, exactly. OBL and yesterday, like this is, you know, yeah. Unfortunately, these things never had like day 2 moves. But this was like a nano cap. Wow, incredible. And today there's no bids on this thing. But yeah, this is what these small do. Like this is an outlier move. Now, unfortunately, only, you know, it gapped down today, and you know, I mean, it was shortable opening range lows, obviously. You know, if you had paid attention, but I kind of ignored it. I've already checked out BBIG. Do I think your shit stock, blah blah blah, could do a multi-percent move? Yes. Any stock could make a move anytime. I don't even need to check it out. I don't know what stock it is, but yes, the answer to it is yes. DPW. Yeah, DPW, that was a good day too, right? This is what you're looking for, these outlier moves. This was another nano cap, was up over 500% in 2 days. You had that one day 1, and you know, then you got the day 2 gap up. What is the minimum dollar volume for me? At least a few hundred million. Preferably $500 million or more. And even preferably a what are the numbers? What comes after billion? Well, yeah, no, sorry, $1 billion. Yeah, that's, yeah, preferably $1 billion or more. I'm trying some TNA short again, tight stop. Like I think, you know, if you get a pullback, this TNA could easily pull back to the 50-day, but it's not a clean setup. I'm kind of anticipating like a range break on this thing, because I'm just seeing a lot of, like yesterday was the day, I think we had a little bit of a momentum peak in the like smaller cap stocks yesterday. Mega billion, yeah. What a number. I'm not good with numbers. You don't need to be good with numbers in the stock market. You only need like kindergarten math to make tens of millions in the stock market. And again, like TNA, you have to understand, it's not one of my main setup. It's an alternative setup. I'm just putting pieces together. You know, what's going on in the market. I'm thinking, you know, it's a good risk reward. And if anyone follows me into this trade, like, and also, you know, look, if anyone follows me into any trade, you're a moron. You don't do it. I make a lot of trades like what, you know, like, you know, you guys shouldn't do. Like, I trade a lot of these slow stocks like Netflix EP yesterday, and stuff like that. You know, trades you should, you know, stocks you should never ever trade if you have a small account. David is not a moron. Okay. TALEP. Is it an EP? But okay. But where's the gap up? And also, what's the news on this thing? Did it have earnings? Oh, it did have earnings. Oh, it actually, yeah, okay. Well, it's a tough one. Like, for me, an EP is more of a stock that gaps up, something you can find after hours or pre-market. But I'm gonna show you a really good earnings EP for TAL that worked out. I don't remember if I traded it though. No, I passed on it, yeah. That was back in October 2019. And it's a weird EP because they had negative EPS growth. They actually missed their EPS consensus. They beat the revenue and they guided higher. They had a big higher guidance higher, and obviously price action trumps the news. And you know, gapped up on big volume, took out this 6-month range, and look at the follow through this thing had. Look at this thing. Made a big move. In like 3 months, it went up another from like opening range highs. It went up, well, 37%, which is pretty good for a large cap stock. So TAL had earnings. There you go. Minus 75.35. Yeah, it's an EP, but these are hard because, I mean, where do you buy it? Where are you gonna put your stop? That's why gap ups are much easier. It would have been much easier if it had gapped up to like low 70s, right? And then taken out opening range highs, and then you would have had a set, you know, tight stop on it. Oh shit, okay, plug, I got stopped out. Okay, I got stopped out of that half size or third size. Okay, so it held the 10-day. That's a good sign. That's a good sign for now. It's holding. Like, I want this thing to flag and go to 100 or something later. Pluggily plug. Yeah, EH. Yeah, tomorrow maybe. If it can go to like 90 today, would be really good. Oh yeah. TNA is probably gonna stop me out too. Tight stop. I'm in half size on it. Since it's not really a traditional setup for me, I'm kind of anticipating. Like, especially yesterday, there were so many of these like small and micro cap stocks that had these, you know, big moves and fades. I'm thinking maybe Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, reading things wrong. Roku is another extended name. You know what would be nice function for Twitter and TweetDeck? If it could automatically, if there was like an add-on or something you could put on TweetDeck that filters out stocks that trade below a certain amount of volume. So I follow some traders, but it's so annoying when they trade these ultra thin stocks. Like it's a waste of I don't want to see that tweet. It's a waste of my time. Like I want to filter it out. That would be such a cool function. Yeah, dollar volume. Like let's say if someone mentions like Investors Live, I think he has some good posts. He posts a lot of shit. Like this guy is trading some like ultra liquid stocks. He's been trading for like 20 years. He trades stuff like Pola and PPSI. It's like, I mean, what the hell is he doing? Like, I don't want to see those tweets. It's a waste of time. Like, I want to get all of the, I want to get filtered out. But I can't. I have to deal with it. It's noise. I just want to cut out the noise. Yeah, Nate trades everything that moves on any time frame. But he still hasn't figured out how to scale his trading. He should be swinging tens of mil. Like if you've been trading 20 years, you should be trading, your positions should be, huge, huge. Trading schools, there's no need for trading school videos. I made, every day is a trading school. That's the thing. Every day is a trading school. And really, you're not going to be a successful trader watching the stream, guys. I'm just going to put it out there. Yes, for a while to get some inspiration and motivation. But the only thing is that going to help you is if you study setups and start implementing setups that you have 100% confidence in. That's the only thing. And the only way to do that is spend hundreds and hundreds of hours actually going back and looking for specific setups on, thousands of stocks. That's the only way. Going back decades, that's the only way. Watching my stream is pretty much a waste of time, most of the time. Like for a while, yes. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think watching my stream, if you need a kick in a butt, I think it's because most people need a kick in a butt and they don't know what they're looking for. But I provide three, like I teach three specific setups that, if you implement them correctly, you're gonna make a lot of money. And after a certain point, like those three setups, what you need to do now is go back through history and study those setups. Find hundreds of examples or thousands of examples of that specific or those specific setups. Build up your confidence in and just trading those setups. That's the only thing is gonna help you. VCP pattern. VCP pattern, it's another name for tightening range. It's another VCP. You know what? It stands for volatility constriction pattern. Okay, I call it higher lows. That's it. Tightening range. That's what VCP is. I'm gonna show you a VCP pattern. Okay. Like look at something like Tesla. Okay. So this is what Mark Minervini does. He looks like the first drawdown, this first pullback, 34%. The next pullback, 24%. This third pullback, 16%. Okay, that's called a VCP pattern. Okay. Volatility constriction pattern. This is what it does. And then there's this breakout of the pattern. I call it, I make it a little bit simpler. You don't need to put fancy words behind simple concepts. I call it higher lows and just tightening range. That's it. That's what VCP pattern is. Boom. No need to pay $4,000 for his trading seminar. But these books are great though. VPC, volatility pattern constriction, yeah. Exactly, if you can't simplify, you can't sell it. That's true. That is true. You can't sell simplicity. It's the hardest thing to sell is simplicity. It really is. Is a trading coach a good idea? No. It's a waste of time. Trading coach? Who the hell is there such a thing like a trading coach? It's all a waste of time. Guys, stop it. You don't need a fucking trading psychologist. You don't need a stupid fucking trading coach. Fuck off. No, guys, stop it. Bullshit. No. Your problems stem from not having a setup. That's what your problems are. If you have discipline problems or this or that, no, guys. It comes from you not having a setup. You don't know how to implement a setup. You don't know when to trade it and when not to trade it. That's what your focus should be on. Okay, your focus should be on studying setups and like owning a setup. Like let's say you have watched my streams for a while and you're like, oh, this breakout setup he keeps talking about a lot and recommending. Maybe I should study this thing. Maybe I should spend a couple of 100 hours going back, looking at hundreds of stocks, go back a few decades, and then you look for all of these variations of that setup. Like, you confirm it. Is this a real thing? Okay, and then you look at it. What should I do? Where should I put my stop? What kind of exit rules should I have? Like, I know Christian recommends a 10 and 20, but if I use maybe the exponential moving average, this and that, maybe I think this works a bit better than what Christian recommends. Hey, I'll use this instead. Or hey, I think the 10 and 20 work fine. And then you start looking at, okay, what type of market environments do most of these setups happen? When do these things break out and have the best follow through? I know Christian has been talking about being trying to avoiding buying breakouts when the 10-day is sloping lower, the 20-day is sloping lower, and the 10 days below the 20-day. Hey, maybe I should confirm that for myself. Hey, look, he's right. Most of the time when the 10-day, if you look at the major index like NASDAQ, when the 10-day is sloping lower, the 20-day is sloping lower, and the 10 days below the 20-day, most of that time, you don't get many setups, and if you get them, they usually fail. Hey, okay, so now I know what setup to trade, where to put my stop, where to exit, where to take profits. I know what kind of market environments to trade this setup. Hey, look at that. I don't need to pay that scammy trading coach or trading psychologist a bunch of money to help me solve issues I didn't have to begin with. Look at that. That's it. Forget about all these coaches, and they're not gonna help you. Is there even such a thing? I know there is such a thing as a trading psychologist, which is a waste of time for new traders. What is a trading coach? Is that the same thing? Someone's gonna help you trade? I'm sorry, guys, but anyone who's a profitable trader is, they're busy trading. If I think fewer positions with bigger size versus if you have a small account, like a really tiny account, like let's say less than 50,000, there's no need to hold a portfolio of 10 stocks. Like it's just a waste of time. You should be more concentrated. Put like 25% of your account, even if you have less than $1 million account. There's no need to ever have more than 5-6 positions. I think. So, anyways, Trader04 asked if a trading coach is a good idea, and well, that was the answer to it. Michael Chialamoth, who is that? The Mara Munch, helping traders trade fearlessly. I'm sure you are. Events, coaching, books, guys, these people are a waste of time. Like, they really are. Or maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't think the only reason he's selling these coaching sessions is not making enough money. Oh, it's this guy. I've seen it on YouTube. Oh, I know this guy. I know he's a pretty nice guy. But yeah, I think look, what you need is not some coaching. You need coaching in context of a setup. What you need is a setup, and knowing when to trade that setup and knowing when to take a step back. That's like that solves 99% of your problems. Like what do these trading coaches and what do they do? Like, are they gonna tell you like, oh, you should meditate 15 minutes before the market open? It's just a bunch of bullshit. None of those things are gonna help you. Look, what he's selling hand holding, okay? You pay him money and he's gonna hold your hand. And I get it, you're a new trader, it's hard, you don't know where to begin. But sticks, if you want to give someone money in the store, like give, is that person really like, do you even know if that person is profitable to begin with, right? Just because someone is putting out a bunch of trading ideas daily on social media doesn't really mean anything. Like they may not even be trading a real account. And two, if they are a profitable trader, like what's their setup? That's what you should They should be teaching you their setup, not some random mindset bullshit. Okay, so now the markets are shaping up a little bit. Yeah, you don't need any. Don't get into this trap that like more is better. Like, what you really need to do is find a setup, and there's nothing wrong with testing out several setups. There's nothing wrong with studying different traders. That's what I did, because you don't know which setup is gonna work the best for you until you try that setup out. Oh, this is a crypto thing. Oh yeah. But don't get into the self-help trap that reading going to like hundreds of seminars and paying for all these different coaches and psychologists and this and that. Like, sooner or later you gotta take the decision, hey, I need to stick to one setup or maybe two setups and really focus on those setups. Really push those setups, that one or two setups, when there's plenty of them and they're working, and then do nothing when the conditions for that setup are not ideal. And you need to, that's what it all comes down to. How do you get discipline? You don't get it. It's not something you acquire it by studying a setup, knowing when it works and knowing when it doesn't work. That's it. There's your discipline. Discipline is overrated. Discipline, like lack of discipline, it's just what I was gonna say. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, Tal. Yeah. Too bad it didn't gap up and show up in on pre-market scanners. But yeah, absolutely. Yep. It would have been so much better if it had gapped up to low 70s, like I talked about, low mid 70s, and then broken up. But yeah, this is it. Yeah, look at where it's breaking out from. A weekly flag. Look at this. It's the same patterns like the daily chart. It's the same patterns. Bounced off the 50 on the weekly, and now it's breaking out of a Man, there was so many comments during my rant. There's no way I can catch up on all of them. So if you had an important question, feel free to ask it again. You love my rants? Thanks. How much of my account was built by trading common breakout versus the other? Well, I traded a bunch of different setups. I was a day trader at first, so I had a bunch of different setups. I don't know. I have no idea how much. I would guess it's pretty evenly. I would say, like a rough guess, since most of my money has come from the past 12 months. A rough guess is a third has come from parabolic shorts, a third from, or maybe like a quarter from parabolic shorts, a quarter from EPs, and maybe 50% from breakouts. I don't know. It's a rough estimate. I have no idea. I really don't. I don't really care. Or well, it would be fun to check it up, but yeah, I'm too lazy for that. Yes, I think day trading is something you can skip altogether. I do. What strategy would I recommend? Dude, follow the instructions on the screen and you'll find out. The breakout, and the breakout. Because it's such a simple setup. It's not easy, but it's a very simple setup. And you know, like, it really is a simple setup. This BLDP is high tide flagging. NNDM, yeah, NNDM broke out 2 weeks, or like last week. I unfortunately passed on this thing. I rarely anticipate breakouts. The thing is, if you start anticipating breakouts, I think it's a harder thing to do than just buy the breakout. And two, you know, as a trader, you want to compound your money as fast as possible. Like something like EMPH. Like, okay, it looks like a good setup, right? And you know, you can buy it here and maybe use the lows of this range as your stop. But it could take a week before it breaks out, and it may not and never break out, right? It may just break down. So it's just better to wait for confirmation, buy just as it starts breaking. That's the best time. But sometimes when it's a really, really good setup, like a really, really good, I may anticipate with half size or something, but I rarely do that. As a trader, if you want to make 870% return in 1 year, you can do it there's two main ways to do it, okay? One is go all in on your favorite stock or someone else's favorite stock with options, with call options, and hope the trade works out. Or two, if you have an exploitable edge or several exploitable edges, you can aggressively exploit those edges hundreds and hundreds of times during that year. Those are the two ways of making returns like that. The problem is, if you're in category 1, where you go all in one stock on margin or on options, you may be really, really lucky, right? You catch something big. The problem is you're probably not going to repeat it the next year or the year after or the year after that. While if you have an exploitable edge, you will you can repeat it year after year after year until infinity. There is no upper limit. It all depends on you. Oh, there's definitely gonna be better markets like 2020 again. I mean, we are in a like 2021 so far is as good as 2020 was. And look, I get what you mean. Like 2020 was the best trading market since 1999-2000. But you know, maybe in 20, 30 years, there's probably gonna be something like this again. These things go in cycles. It's all about the retail participation. When retail gets involved in the market, like a lot of retail traders, that's when you get these crazy moves. Just keep going and going. And you get this like a lot of the parabolic stuff. Because retail people are crazy. You'll be 7 in 20 years? Well, like, you don't need a year like 2020 to make tens of millions. Like, if you have a good edge, there's no reason why you can't make triple digits in any year. Or almost every year. But obviously, yeah, a year like 2020, if you have a good edge, you can, supercharge it. You can supercharge your account. You really don't need a year like that. Oh wow, Plug, you're really strong. Maybe we're gonna have a long setup here soon. TARS? I don't see anything here. Tan about to go? Yeah. Yeah, it's strong. I'm still short it. But yeah, I should probably cover it. Yeah, I'll cover it. Well, I still have a profit going. All right. It bounced right off this magic yellow line called the 20-day moving average. How funny. It's almost like these things work really well, just like it did here. And here the 50 they acted as support, and here the 50 they acted as support. It's like these lines, it's like there's something to them. Yeah, guys, if you wonder why you got muted, you probably haven't followed the instructions on the screen. My moderators are in full force muting people who don't follow the chat rules. Did I have periods where I lost confidence? Yes, every single year I had a couple of periods where I lost confidence. How do we know if we are muted? I don't know. It's probably if your comment got deleted and you can't type anymore. Yeah, exactly. You can't type. I would have started with swing trading if I went back in time. All right, let's see here. What do we have here? SPWR could be a parabolic setup soon. Not yet. This leg higher, it's already up. Oh man, this is the one I bought, the high tide flag, and I shook myself out, and now it's a double, more than a double. Jesus Christ. I'm looking back at some of these stocks that I had like perfect entries on, and I just, wow. Like you can make so many mistakes. You really don't have to trade perfectly to make insane returns. You really don't. You can make so many mistakes. The key is avoiding the big mistakes, like not taking losses and stuff like that. But man, once you figure your edge out, oh man, you can make so many mistakes. It's unbelievable. You shaping up? Yeah, you actually looks like a pretty good recent IPO flag. Bouncing off it had a big move. It surfed the 20-day, now it pulled back. Now it's surfing the 50 days. Bounced off the 50-day twice so far. Yeah, maybe starting tomorrow. I'm gonna start watching it. And Palantir 2. Palantir 2. This one is also surfing the 50. It's been building higher lows now for a while. For a couple of weeks. And it's getting tighter. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Some things are really like shaping up. CrowdStrike is flagging. MDB is kind of, well, flagging too. Yeah. There are actually a lot of things flagging. I'm starting to see some long setups. There haven't been a lot of long setups the past few weeks, but now we're starting to see some again. I should do a poll. How many? Yeah. Bum bum ba da da bum. In December, you said I said Fastly would double. Yeah, I thought it would. But now it's building a really long base. If it can just, let the 10-20 day catch up a little bit, it's gonna be a great setup. It's been this long base now for 7-8 months now. Tesla is right on the 10-day. It really needs to hold here. Okay, yeah. But should I take a starter short in case it doesn't? Like the stop would be really tight, like literally $3-4 only, which is like 10% of its average daily range. Okay, I did a starter. It's just it's a no risk trade. Like in case it doesn't hold. In case it doesn't hold. Just in case. It's yeah, I hope it holds. Like I really want this thing to go up another 50-100% from here, but just in case it doesn't. And I'm willing to add to it. Like if it like breaks down a little bit and then rallies and that rally fails, I'm willing to double up my position. I only have half size for now with a really tight stop. This thing could get interesting. Could get interesting. Oh, GM. Oh yeah, Citron. Oh, they said they're gonna do the live stream today, right? They yeah. Alright, did I miss anything? I was ordering some food. Oh wow, plug, what a big bounce, nice. Very good. Taking it off my watch now because it's okay. EMPH breaking out. Yeah, run is bouncing off the 20-day nicely. It's one type of setup, not my type of setup, but you know, it's one type of setup. You need to own that setup. That's the key. This ICL then is a bit intriguing. EMPH is breaking out. Why wouldn't I get or give Citron any views? What does it matter? No problem, man. It's nice if you get some value out of my stream. There's two reasons I stream. One is all the free stuff people keep sending me. It's kind of convenient. And two is to help people out. In that order. No, really, in that order. And David, yeah. You haven't learned so much? Oh. If you haven't learned a lot, it's probably your fault. Oh wait, TNA is yeah, probably gonna stop me out. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, Pinterest looks like it's reclaiming the morning weakness. Tan, I'm not in it anymore. It's actually breaking out. It's actually a breakout. Interesting. And also this ICLN, which is another one of these clean energy ETFs. They're all breaking out. I'm thinking about maybe doing one of these ETFs on the long side, like TAN. I mean, it's a pretty decent setup. It looks like it's going to start a parabolic run, but is it that good of a setup? They are kind of extended. I don't know, man. I haven't decided. I can't decide right now. This FTCH is setting up as a really nice setup. It's a really nice looking setup. This bill is not bad looking at. Look how tight this bill is getting. It's surfing the 50-day. I'm starting to see more and more setups overall. Like that's been my problem for the past couple of weeks. There's been so few setups, but it's like most things are still extended, but there are some things that look fairly decent, like NVCR maybe. Lyft looks pretty good. It's lagging Uber, but the setup in Lyft is pretty damn good. It's so tight now, and 50 days almost caught up. CrowdStrike looks good. Palantir looks good. Oh man, D-Dog looks okay. Okay, yeah. There's a bunch of really good looking setups. MDB looks pretty decent. Yeah. There is definitely things to do. Is Peloton a good setup? I don't know, is it? I think it may need. I think it needs a bit more sideways. I think Peloton needs to go sideways a bit more. BT had a big run, and it's now trying to surf the 20, and then no high lows. So yeah, it's all over the place. I don't see a setup here right now. Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut the stream now. I hope you learned something. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Good luck trading. I have better things to do. I'm gonna do some gaming. Good luck, guys. See you tomorrow.